So today on the Malt Vault, where the rules are made up and the points don't matter, we're drinking Great Lakes Christmas Ale.
Nutty.
Don't
Some sort of way that you pop that tab every time on camera is just tantalizing. Sorry, tantalizing.
Nope, it was better.
Makes the taint moist.
I see what you did there.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
That's a lot.
And this one was over before it started.
Yep.
I feel like, I don't know. Did somebody say Nutty? Nutty Professor seems like a movie Nick would absolutely love.
Let me come up there and put my beef in your taco. That's the only line I know from that movie.
I don't know any lines from that movie.
Nutty Professor?
Yeah, I know
only
the
remember
movie,
the one
but,
with the
you
little
guys
black kids going,
remember-
Hercules.
Oh, I do know that. Okay.
Yes, that's the only part that I remember. Because Eddie Murphy played every role in that movie.
Was it filmed in Cleveland?
Was it?
I don't know. This is the beer we're drinking. It's from Cleveland. Thanks for joining us to listen to us talk about not this beer from Cleveland.
Why are we not a movie podcast?
We tried that once, but I ruined it by looking up Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
And all of the degrees of that.
That's fair.
That was such a great idea you had, though.
Yeah, well, I ruined it like every other idea that we try to come up with.
Whoa, full on martyr status here. Sheesh.
I could really go for a beer.
7.5%, so not feeling that right now. Nutty flavor, 30 IBU.
30 IBU, that's high.
Yeah, that is pretty high.
Let me pull up the sheet. That sounds high. Let's see.
I think the number tops out at like 65 or 70, and then everything after that's just plus.
So 30 IBU, that ranks right in line with Sam Adams' Boston Lager.
Okay.
So a little bit bitter. Guinness was a 45, so apparently Guinness is more bitter. I tend to disagree. I don't think Guinness is bitter. I feel like it was more creamy, but like Rheingeist Juicy Truth was a 75. So we're kind of in the middle of things we've tried when you get like to just the regular lagers, 15, 12, 15 for like Molson, Coors, and Budweiser. So this one is, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
But the alcohol content is higher than normal, and move on.
This is one of the most like famous ones, or is it just I think it's famous because you like it a lot? You tell me.
I think it's local. It's local celebrity kind of thing. Like this kind of kick-started off. Great Lakes actually was opened in 1988.
Is the only thing good that came out of that year?
They claim to be the first craft brew company in Ohio, which 1988, that sounds pretty...
Nobody's here from 88. So,
so 1988, that's pretty early for like a craft brewery when you think of like big beer versus craft beer, right?
Yeah.
1988 in Ohio. You had Miller Lite and
year of the rat,
year.
right?
Great.
There was a famous elf.
There's a lot of, but so the Christmas ale started in 92. So tasting this beer now, like you think maybe like kind of hipster, maybe not hipster, but like
trendy.
It's an acquired taste. Yeah. Trendy. Yeah. But 92, this would be, you wouldn't have made this beer. Like very few people would have probably bought.
People are still trying to do Stroh's and make that happen back in the 90s.
Specifically Stroh's, yeah. But
I was giving an idea.
No, I know what you're saying. People were still drinking Stroh's. People were drinking shit beer, no offense, out of cans. Like no one's sitting at home from a remote job like, oh, I need a hard Christmas ale in 1992. They were like, I gotta get my shit off layaway at Kmart. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, fuck.
Pour me a Stroh's.
These Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle VHS tapes are gonna last forever. So,
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, and that.
Speaking of 92, Seth,
That
what was
the
our
the
favorite
aircraft carrier came
What was
out.
our favorite show in 94?
Hold on. Kenny, did you have a thought to finish real quick?
What I was saying was this was unheard of for like a spicy, nutmeggy Christmas beer. It's not going to be like if that came out today, it would just fall in line with 1,000 other craft beers, right? This in 1992 is kind of I want to say revolutionary. I feel like that's overused.
Tip of the spear.
Yeah, that's a good
tip of the spear.
No, I'd agree with that. I'd say they were the first ones to kind of push that. They filled a void because a giant brewery in Cleveland had closed. Schmidt's was in Cleveland. It had closed in 1984. Are they
related to the Sausage House?
No, there was no Z on the end.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, no, like, I don't.
DT.
Yeah. I'm sure that the Schmidt's were it's like Smith, right? And a German name. So, but 84, that brewery closed after being in business 150 years in Cleveland. Yeah. There was no breweries in Cleveland. And then Great Lakes opened up in 88.
Oh, really? So there was no craft.
So they filled that void, turned their whole neighborhood around in Cleveland.
Interesting.
And brought this beer out in 92, which is...
It sells. I mean, cool. I remember the first time that we got this. We got this like early, the teens of the thousands, right? When we were old enough.
That's when we all turned 21, so we might have some biase.
Yeah,
it might have
but think of it. How much was a 6-pack then for this?
$8.99.
$7.
No, it was $8.99.
$7.99, yeah.
$8.99.
or specifically $8.99.
I remember I've tracked this
being $8, but anyway.
The guy who's adamant about it.
Great Lakes beer prices are like stuck in my head from the time I could buy beer at a store. I was like, $8.99, that's worth it. That beer's really good. And every year it was like, oh, you like this? Fuck you, $10.99. All right, you like this? $13.99. Now I think it's hovering around $13, $14. That's kind of the spot where you start losing buyers.
Well, that's like pumpkin beer too.
But if you think about it, you go to a bar, this is $8.
Yeah.
You buy a 6-pack of it, you can get each one for $3.
Yeah, it's decent.
$2-3
decent value.
So
this is a winter ale. We've had winter warmer. We've heard of all sorts of different spiced ales and all this stuff. So clearly it's still the ale family, but I feel like there's a lot of ambiguity with winter ale. Maybe can we agree that that's a little bit ambiguous?
Would you say that's like a release date, maybe?
Yeah,
like
maybe.
Based
more
on
of
when they release it.
like just seasoned ale instead of trying to go with the mold. They just said YOLO. We're just going to call it seasoned ale
because this is available. This is only available for 10 weeks.
Yeah. So buy it quick while it's there.
In Ohio, we get it 2 weeks earlier than most. So we get it, I think, 10 weeks, and everybody else gets it 8 weeks.
Interesting. I didn't know that fact.
I just learned that
yesterday.
In my research. Yeah.
Yesterday.
Absolutely.
Did you say research?
It was actually today. Research.
Way to be prepared.
I said it, didn't I? In the thing.
Have you guys tried this over there?
Ergo.
It's good. I like it.
Tara,
mine's almost gone.
Tara from the couch.
Almost gone.
Oh, so she really enjoys it.
Tara really likes
Tara
it.
from the couch really enjoys Christmas ale.
Is there more?
Next sip, try tasting it. I said next sip, try tasting it.
We have to introduce Tara as the newly minted What are the letters? Help me with the letters.
Staying alive.
CPA.
CPA.
Not to be confused with CPR.
No.
Yep.
No.
CPA. Right here.
CPA.
Everybody clap it up for Tara. Thank you.
Everybody clap at Tara.
Thank you.
She smells like success.
She's just rich as hell.
I see what you did there. Newly minted CPA.
I believe Lil Wayne says rich as fuck. Yeah. You heard it here first.
Concur.
She can do that on the daily.
Makes sense. Get it?
Yeah. So, Tara and Alicia, do you typically dabble in such winter beers?
No, not typically.
Sam Adams, Never Great Lakes.
Like Sam Adams, what is it, the winter lager? Is that what they call it, I think?
Yeah.
Right?
But this is probably the fastest I've ever drank a winter.
It's a fast beer.
Let the record show that this isn't your first beer tonight.
Is this from the North Pole? Random question, though. Why did they get to brand Great Lakes in Cleveland? Do we know this?
That's a great question.
It is a great question, and I want to know why.
Because they're spiced with honey.
And I also,
That didn't answer it, Nick, but
it didn't.
I think the answer is that they called dibs.
They did.
They did it first.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can I ask another question?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you guys remember the Great Lakes? Do you have a
Show
mnemonic?
me. Show me.
Mine's Holmes.
Holmes.
backwards.
See the opposite.
Wait, what state did you grow up in? Ohio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mine's Holmes.
Wait, why?
But that starts with Huron.
Yeah, it's
Because what was
Ontario.
your
Show me. SHOME. So the S just gets switched. So you're starting with Huron. I'm starting with Superior.
Oh.
yeah, because
Are you from
Superior's
Ohio?
north.
Yeah.
So it's in Ohio.
But show me
It's not an
starts
Ohio thing.
left
How
to
do you
right, top to
remember?
bottom.
I don't.
Holmes or show me.
Okay, perfect.
you guys went to
I don't.
different elementary schools.
Wait,
That's the
did-
Yeah, we
source of
did.
it.
Hold on. Did you have Mrs. Simpson?
I did have Mrs.
Weird.
Simpson.
She taught me.
She's still in school.
No, she's not.
Honestly, I didn't learn Holmes until later, so it wasn't Mrs. Simpson.
So Show Me also teaches you where they are because left to right, top to bottom. So Superior is top left or northwest. You know.
Yeah.
So where did Holmes come from?
John.
Yeah, where did Holmes come from?
Holmes.
It's the same. They're just opposite.
But
Anyway,
where would you have picked that up?
I don't know.
You heard it here first.
No, you didn't.
God damn it.
That's not.
It's not a thing.
Now I'm just throwing it in there on purpose.
Add it to
Actually,
the
I
list.
do remember it was an elf from the North Pole that was wrapping presents.
So we've decided we can't talk about high school. Elementary school's in though, because we haven't hit that ad nauseum.
Yeah.
Plus, we all
I
have
think
different
that's
ones.
acceptable.
Did you ever hear why
You
I
went to Etna.
tied my pants super tight until I was in middle school?
Wait, hold on. This is definitely a joke that you had already set up, right?
No.
Okay.
If we
You
check
just brought this up.
if
You
we
brought
check
up
your notes,
talking
it's
about
not gonna be
elementary.
there.
I swear to God, it's not my
Alright.
notes. You brought up a very original, not going to say the organic word.
You could barely say original.
Yeah, I know, because I caught myself trying to say the other word.
Damn, Tara's on one.
Yeah, well,
So this beer
It
has
is empty.
ginger root. Got chopped fresh in-house ginger root.
Wait, let Nick get his thing out, or
Yeah.
he's gonna be sulky all night.
no,
I
I'm
just
not
like
gonna be
watching.
sulky.
You don't ever like look at the teapot right before it's about to squeal and just watch it go. Right?
No.
Go
So
ahead.
I wore my pants really, really tight until middle school.
Okay.
Well, I did because a kid at elementary school actually depants me, and from that point on, I tied my pants tight because I was afraid that he was going to depant, like someone was going to depants me.
Hold on.
Yes, this happened.
How did you tie your pants?
Like I tied them super tight.
No,
I had like
I understand the concept of tying something.
sweatpants.
What kind of
Sweatpants.
pants? Sweatpants.
Were you just rocking sweatpants every day? You're like, I can't go in denim because there's no ties for
You
them.
need to sit down and talk to my parents because I don't. The fact that you've known me since I was 5 years old and didn't know that I wore sweatpants through middle school.
Make sure
Is-
you sit down.
make
and
sure-
stand up.
See, we opened up this door and now it's bad because I'm going to say shit
Say
that's
it.
not related to beer, which is why are you wearing sweatpants? Because you were always the guy who wore shorts when it was fucking 10 degrees and said, my legs don't get cold. Remember that?
That was also me.
Yeah. So why are you
Still
wearing
is me.
sweatpants? Because
I was afraid that I was going to
that
get
would
the
suggest
pants
your
at
legs
school.
get cold.
Dude, it's so he can transition straight to the strip club for easy feels.
I thought he was like, there's no way I can know for
Baller
sure.
status.
There's no way I can know for sure I'm not going to end up at Walmart after school.
sells. That's what I'm saying.
So might as well wear sweatpants just in case. Ginger root.
Good segue.
Oh no, it's not.
You nailed that one.
Raw
Wait,
honey
what's in this boot? What's in this beer?
in this boot.
In this boot?
What's in
What's
this?
in this?
What?
Hopefully leather like your pants.
What's in my booze? What's in your booze today? If you're sipping a Great Lakes Christmas Ale, what's in your booze is fresh chopped ginger root that they throw into a giant vat at the brewery. There's raw honey. They dump gallons of it, I'm guessing. And then cinnamon sticks from the Cinnamon Islands.
What is a cinnamon stick?
It's grown like a sugar cane, but more of a stick, and it's only grows in red clay in the Isle of Cinnabon.
I got that at the mall. Yes.
The Cinnabon Islands.
I mean, I was with you for a little bit.
No, I got nothing. I
Till
don't know what a
still.
cinnamon stick is.
I think
I'm
I
assuming
saw
it
that in
grows.
Candyland once.
You really sold it.
I mean, is it like a natural thing? I don't know why I'm asking. I have a computer right here. I could Google it.
We want you to.
Hold on.
I don't
Comment
think there's a
us and tell
cinnamon
us.
stick tree.
Wild cinnamon tree.
It's in Candyland. Don't you lie to me.
Oh,
what I
there
said.
is a cinnamon tree.
She said I saw it in Candyland once.
That's right by Princess Candyland.
Cinnamon stick is what Nick calls his penis.
That's the sin of man stick.
You wouldn't
What
have to,
the fuck?
You wouldn't have to tie your pants.
She's been thinking about this for quite a while.
If you had a cinnamon stick, you would not have to tie your pants because that would just hold it up. It's like a fish hook. You just can't pull it out,
You're strong.
right? Cinnamon is actually made by cutting the stems of cinnamon trees. The inner bark is extracted, the woody parts removed. It dries and it curls into rolls. That's crazy.
I didn't know a cinnamon tree was a thing.
Cinnamon rolls.
Was that the summary of Debbie Does Dallas?
She did Something curled into a roll at the end of that. What?
Oh man, we have lost all train of thought.
What hardiness zone do cinnamon trees grow in?
I hope it's like Ecuador.
I feel bad to let this episode go because I really like this beer. I have some stuff on it. They're really nerdy on their quality. They employ more field testers than any other craft brewery in the United States.
Have you applied for that?
I fucking want that job. I think it's hard to get.
Yeah. What does that specifically mean?
A field tester goes out. They're trained to sip a beer from a tap at a bar. They probably have a credit card for Great Lakes. They go to the bar. Oh, you have Great Lakes on tap. Can I have a pint of Great Lakes? Oh, that tastes buttery. That means you have XYZ bacteria in your lines, which means you're not cleaning your lines enough, which means we can't serve Great Lakes at this bar anymore.
That's a job?
Yeah. And they're trained. There's a lot of videos on it. I looked it up. There's a lot of guys that get paid to do this. Sorry, I just clicked. They taste test and they're trained to like spot different tastes in Great Lakes, in the different Great Lakes beers, because they've actually like taken each of their beers and then recreated every issue that could go wrong, typical issue that could go wrong. And then they train these guys to taste test them and go out among their distribution area and taste it. Because they always want everyone who gets one of these on draft at a bar to have the best.
Yeah. Taste.
Like,
and
they want
it to be as consistent as possible.
It's like Guinness. It's like what Guinness did. Remember, if you remember the Guinness.
Yeah.
Guinness would go out and send guys in the early 1800s on fucking ships to like India and America to taste test their beer to see if it was up to snuff.
How do you get that job?
Yeah, you got to be banging someone.
Back when I was banging.
Solid cinnamon stick.
So like these guys get together and they're like Captain Planet Great Lakes style. Like Huron, Superior, whatever. And then when they all joined forces, they formed Pangea again. It's going to be sick. It's going to pop off.
And then they're like, shit, now our lakes are oceans.
That's exactly what Patrick and Daniel Conway were thinking about when they started it, right?
Yeah, in 88. Yep.
1988. The Conway brothers. Don't they have a beer?
Great Lakes, yeah. They have
Conway Irish Ale or something like that?
The field testers, what sort of degree, is there some sort of schooling you would have to go to, or you just drink a lot of beer and get good at that?
I wonder if you'd have to be like a chemist or something, because that's what a lot of brewers are. They have degrees in...
Yeah, like Walter White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Booger sugar, yeah.
Like a thermostat, they got a lot of degrees.
Well, nice dad joke.
I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like you would have to have an uncle who works at the brewery for that job.
Nick has an uncle who golfs in Maine once a year.
Shit.
I do. Thanks. That was a callback that nobody was ready for.
Hopefully it's warm that day.
Yeah, they usually do it in the summer.
That makes sense. That's when it's the warmest usually. So, if you've seen a 6-pack of Great Lakes in bottles, which we don't have because we have cans, the cardboard on their 6-packs are taller than most because they do that to protect the sun getting in the bottles.
Back to the UV thing.
Like I said, they're huge nerds, so they do the brown bottles, and then they also raise the cardboard up the whole full length of the bottle so that it blocks more sun from coming in because they don't want more bacteria coming. It's nerds, but it works. I've never had a Great Lakes beer that wasn't like
great facts here on the Malt Vault podcast.
Yeah, Paul Vault. Yeah.
You want to say that all again, but do it in your voice? Here we see
we don't want that. We don't want that.
Great respect for science.
That's the bubbles. You can tell that it's Aspen because of the way that it is. Yeah.
I actually never knew that they had the dark bottles because of the UV. The UV.
It's the French way.
Our associate from France.
Take two.
Valley Girl terrible.
Yeah, it's to protect the beer.
That's a rich way we say it, UV.
Yeah, when you're high on the hog, you're provided such liberties to,
CPA shit.
Yeah, with words, you can take liberties.
Yeah.
You're
That's why
taught the
we say
right way.
Target. Target.
It's not a J.
So chemists, is that what we're going with?
Probably. More than likely.
Chemist?
Field testers?
Like, how do they
No,
get
I think
that job?
they drink it.
They
don't drop droplets.
No, I was asking what sort of background you would have to become a field tester.
I don't know. I mean, like, I've drank beer for 15 years legally, And I don't know that I could tell, like, oh, you have different bacteria, blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't think my taste buds are that advanced.
If it makes you feel better, I don't think anyone would expect that out of you.
Damn, we got to get another guy for this beer podcast then.
It's like the plot from Twisted or Wanted with
Wanted.
You know which one I'm talking about? Where they like handpick this guy,
where they curve bullets.
Well, if you shoot the bullet into the tornado,
Helen Hunt will survive.
Bill Paxton.
But rest in peace.
Everyone drink.
To Bill Paxton.
Every time we say a dead person, you have to drink.
Yep. Every time we say Bill Paxton, we should have that fucking speech from Independence Day. We will not go quietly into the night. Or that's FDR. I don't know.
And every time we mention you have to shove something.
Just call me less. That didn't mean anything.
Tara and Alicia are going to take that for us.
That means nothing.
No. No. Negative.
Great Lakes is looking to expand. They want to move into Pennsylvania, which makes sense. That's 2 states of the how many states touch the Great Lakes? 8. They should spread the wealth, get the state taxes up. I thought I had a lot more notes on this side.
It's the 19th largest craft brewery in 2022. Did you know that? In all of the United States, 19th.
The 19th largest craft brewery.
Mm-hmm.
Yuengling was probably number 1, right? That's what we pretty much determined.
Yeah.
The brewmaster Mark Hunger came in 1997 when Great Lakes was doing 12,000 barrels a year, which 12,000 barrels means 24,000 kegs. By 2016, 19 years after he came in, he had bumped it up to 165,000 barrels from 12,000. So Mark Hunger is doing good things at Great Lakes. Check him out. What do you got?
I have 1999. Is when they achieved regional status because they were over 15,000 barrels, but they were doing barrels production regionally. So you had to. That's the threshold that you get that qualification.
In 95?
99.
And they were able to move outside of Ohio. Is that what that means then?
Yeah, like in a production level that was like
it made sense for them to expand
to be regional. Yeah,
because under that you might not want to.
Mm-hmm. They were also the first brew pub microbrewery in the state of Ohio.
Yeah. The brewery looks really cool. I watched some videos on it. It looks like they got a lot of history. They took over an old building that used to be up in Cleveland. It was, I don't know if I have it written down.
I believe I do.
Schradler?
Yeah.
What part of Cleveland?
They're in there's a neighborhood.
It's Ohio City.
Ohio City. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remember hearing it and I was like, that's stupid. Cleveland, of course, is in Ohio City.
Yeah, but
it's the Ohio City neighborhood,
that's
whatever that means.
Too inclusive.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it.
You don't live in Ohio City, Cleveland, Ohio?
You
you
can't claim that.
Yeah.
The city of Ohio City and the city of Cleveland, Ohio.
And before they went regional, what were they, just like assistants to the regional manager or what?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Assistant
There's not
to the assistant.
They were probably just state only. Like they didn't, because you know how Yuengling worked, where there was a lot of time where Yuengling wasn't in Ohio. There's stipulations and taxes and stuff like that goes into moving to a regional status. So maybe they didn't have the capital build up for that.
I don't think it's government mandated. I think it just, if it makes more economical sense for them to start expanding out of state, because then they have to take on, attorneys or whatever, accountants from that state to kind of guide them through those laws, maybe.
You brought up an interesting point too when you were talking about how cool the place looks. They actually use solar panels to preheat their water. So it helps like the brewing process to save money. So things that we talked about with Thirsty Dog, where they save money on canning, Great Lakes actually started their brewing process heated by solar panels. So it was cutting back on energy costs.
Green New Deal, I'm out.
Sounds like some liberal propaganda to me.
Yeah, send it back.
Ooh, a redo.
We need a refund.
I only drink shit that runs on coal.
Oh.
Who's Cole? Cole Moore? Sorry.
He's a co-star.
Where did we find it? Where did we find this? You can find this anywhere.
Yeah, right. You talked about that already.
You go to Kroger, you can't move your fucking cart without hitting a stack of this shit. Like, it's just, since this stuff moved from $8.99 to $13.99, a 12 or a 6-pack, you walk in and it's like, I'm just gonna grab a milk. Oh, and can't get to it because these pallets of Great Lakes are sitting here. It's just everywhere. They started making a barrel bourbon aged Great Lakes Christmas ale. I didn't try it, but I hate it. So
didn't try it, but you hate it.
It's not overrated. It's just it's in your face so much. But we're local, and it's a good brewery. It's just they shove it. People, maybe
they really do.
The demand must be there because you walk in and it. I'm annoyed because there's so much of it that I feel like there's less other Christmas beers that I can try, and I like it.
So they hold a lot of the market share.
Well, I just feel like shelf space. Yeah. Really. I mean, I just feel the demand must be there, which is cool, and I really like this beer. But I am someone who likes to try different beers. I don't want to sit and drink this from November.
We'd like to try different beers. Yeah. We do it weekly.
I don't want to drink this from November to January exclusively. I want to try obviously
other warmers.
Podcast where we
winter
drink
ales.
One.
I mean, would we presume for the Midwest region? So, like, if we were gonna go regional, like based on however you would split up the country, are winter beers the thing for the Midwest? Like, is that our number one thing? Do you think? Like, maybe the West Coast has summer style stuff or IPAs, and like this part of the country
we have a stranglehold on that market.
Yeah, people show out for winter beers.
I'd say yeah.
I can believe that because a lot of these beers are meant to make you feel warm, right? So you're not going to be in Florida in the winter going, I really want to be warm. And you're drinking a warm beer.
Yeah, the nutmeg, honey, cinnamon mix is not going to work for people who
don't enjoy that.
Who are in like a tropical climate, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then you got this up in, Minnesota or Montana or something. You don't have the distribution as much. So I feel like we're really in a hot spot between Wisconsin, Michigan, Montana, Minnesota, which is, and then over to New York.
The climate's very similar.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to get hit with it a lot. I think I'd say that's probably an accurate statement.
I think so too, because in 92, Great Lakes won awards in like the beer festival in Denver for like Dortmunder Gold Ale and stuff like that. But they those are like their staples, but I feel like every beer that we've either talked about or covered that's in the Midwest has a version of a Christmas beer or some sort of like holiday, whether it's an IPA from like New York and that area or like stuff that we have from Leinenkugel that does Snowdrift Porter. Everybody up north, I feel like, does something that's holiday specific. And I think that probably affirms what you kind of tabled for us.
Are there IPA winners?
Winters.
Yeah, winter IPA beers. Is that a thing?
We're gonna do Brooklyn.
Tara knows about one. I wonder if she remembers.
A winter IPA?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Or is that just a lager? The Sam Adams one that you were talking
about? Oh yeah, no, that's just a lager.
It's not an IPA.
No, definitely not an IPA.
I think Sam Adams does have one though. I think Sam Adams winter.
Sam's
IPA.
Adams apple.
No, that's not what I said.
We could probably corner that at the North Pole and do a twofer.
No, I don't see one from Sam Adams, which you'd think they would probably have one being from Boston.
Do they have an Advent calendar?
Yeah, weren't you talking about this on the group chat, right?
Saying Brewdog has an Advent calendar.
We know.
Would be fun.
Oh, Brooklyn Brewery has a winter IPA. That would be a good one to try to find.
Fridge. I'll find it for you. Just give me 2 minutes.
We should find out.
Where'd you find it at?
I found it at a Giant Eagle.
The Great Lakes?
Express. It was a Market Express.
Damn.
Market District Express. Bexley.
What the fuck does that mean? There's like different grades of Giant
Eagle? It's a honeypot of cool beers.
Just like Kroger has like marketplace, like super marketplaces. There's also super Targets. Did you know this?
I didn't know any of this.
What?
Yeah.
Have you been to a Target out of
state? Is
that
a woman's math or what's it called?
Again, incredibly sexist, I think.
What is woman's math?
Have you been to a super Target outside of Ohio?
Yeah. Yes.
They sell liquor.
Yeah.
So,
if you go to a non-control state.
I didn't know
First time I went to a super Target was in Florida on vacation with Johnny and B. Smith.
Of course it was.
Was your husband there?
Yeah.
I'm glad that Johnny's the first one that you say, though. That's
Johnny
great.
And B.
On
Smith.
vacation with Johnny and my
B. Smith.
husband.
Johnny and B. Smith.
Can you say it one more time?
No, it's fine.
But I was like, what is this? It literally was like super Target on the outside.
It's Walmart.
It didn't say Target Supercenter because I remember that.
No, it literally said super Target.
Huh.
Now this was back in 2010, 11
Careful.
maybe.
Are we past the statute of limitations?
I don't know. But now Kroger has Kroger marketplaces, and Giant Eagle has. Is it the same Giant Eagle marketplaces?
I've only seen Giant Eagles, but the Kroger super marketplace things sell like patio furniture and stuff.
I know, yeah. So in Texas, we had one
and
right
furniture,
down.
just furniture in general.
We had one right down the road from us, and it was a Kroger super marketplace, and I was like, "What?" Had clothes. It was like a mini Target. So I was wondering if Giant Eagle had that as well.
I don't know.
That you find whatever you were just talking about, your winter.
Oh no,
not that.
The other winter IPA.
The winter IPA, the Brooklyn winter IPA.
No, this all goes back to Seth's question. Do there are other winter IPAs?
Yeah, that's what he asked.
I was just double checking on Seth.
Why is he staring at you like he wants to wear your skin?
I'm trying to do the Puff Daddy. What was the GIF with Puff Daddy and the other guy? Who's Odell Beckham Jr.? Where they just go back and forth. We can do one of those.
So the brew pub actually features a bar that's made out of tiger mahogany. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's the pattern of the mahogany. Mm-hmm. But it's also rumored that where their brew pub was located, Rockefeller actually worked when he owned Standard Oil. It was an office of his. There's rumors.
I know that they tore down all the buildings. Well, no, I'm just saying all the buildings around there that got torn down. They did reclaim all that wood and use it for their bars and their tables. So
that's interesting.
I didn't hear anything about the Tiger Mahogany bar, but I know that they used a lot of wood from the buildings that got torn down.
Oh, interesting.
I have nothing else for Great Lakes. I actually threw my note away.
Did someone say Tiger Wood?
Tiger Mahogany.
Oh, never mind.
Tiger Woods, y'all.
I will say I really like it.
Would you drink
a
six-pack of it?
Yeah, for sure.
There was
would you drink it a six-pack first before Bud Light Lime? Context.
I guess it just depends on the day. Like my Bud Light Lime is like my go-to because it's safe.
How about this?
And I know I like it.
Let me paint you a scenario. Close your eyes. Your husband was just in the driveway, plowing your driveway for 2 hours, right? You went outside playing, building snowmen with the kids, right? What beer? Do you drink 6 of these, or do you say, I just need 1 of these? And not going to sound like that.
Do you say it with a deep voice?
No. See, that's why I knew that was coming.
I would drink 6 of these if I was outside with my kids by myself building snowmen.
Would you not feel warm? Like outside, let's say it's 15 degrees and you're building snowmen and forts. Drinking 6 of these, you won't get frostbitten. You won't what?
I wouldn't feel anything.
Yeah, I know.
Because Bud Light is what, 4%? 5?
Can you build snowmen with girl math?
I don't think it works that way.
Nick.
I know Nick's like a pro on that.
Hold on, let them women explain this.
I really want to know what girl math is, please.
You've not heard about girl math?
She's not on that trend.
Oh.
Do you know why?
Why? Because she's not.
Because she's rich.
Oh, yeah.
There is no girl math for Tara.
Oh, got it.
There's really a thing as girls math?
Yeah, girl math. All right, so I don't.
Hold on. You can't explain this and then be mad at all the men. I don't even know what this is. So don't say it and then assume.
No, you can explain it.
She's going to girl-splain.
All right, listen.
I don't know what this is.
Me either.
I didn't spend any money yesterday. So today I get to spend double the money.
Oh, got you. Okay.
That sounds like Kenny.
I didn't get Starbucks all week, so I can get Starbucks for 2 weeks.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah,
that's not girl math. I do the same thing.
Why are you wearing it?
Halo.
Yeah. That.
I already knew what Nick was going to say.
Silent night.
Nick, your thumbs didn't match up there. That was
regrettable.
regrettable.
Nope.
Show the world your thumbs.
Nope. Nobody needs to see that.
If we're singing Christmas carols, should we close it?
We have more stuff to say for sure.
All right, let's go.
I don't have anything.
No, I don't have anything.
Nick does.
Great Lakes is actually the official craft brewer of the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Guardians. So if you like sports, Great Lakes is right up your alley.
Or the Indians.
Well, yeah.
Or the Spiders.
That's what they originally were called. You are not wrong.
They should have went back to the Spiders.
Did we talk about the rating on Untapped?
I don't think so.
I mean, it's
weird.
3.79 on 160,000 reviews. So
I know. Is there more?
It's very well established.
How many reviews?
160,000.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's 4 times larger than I said.
And it's only in 14 states, so that's a pretty decent amount of.
No, they're in more than 14 states.
Oh, are they?
I think they're in about 31 states.
Oh.
14 states was O'Fallon.
Girl math says that's basically double.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, if you're in 14 states, then next week you could be in 28.
Yeah, if you didn't go to those 14 states next week, you hit those up.
Yep.
So
7.
How does this rank on the beers that we've tried for Untapped? Is this like number 5?
I'm going to say...
On what?
Wait, you don't have to say. You can look at the... We have a thing that sorts.
Not on Untapped scores.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? We have an Excel document, right?
Apparently I missed a column.
No, there's Untapped scores in there. I fucking added it.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it...
Yeah.
Oh, it's way over there. Sorry.
I have 3.9 for Rheingeist Juicy Truth, but everything else below that we have... There's a few beers that we have not covered since, like in there that haven't been like added, that are lower than that. But that is the top that I can see other than Rheingeist.
Line and Kugel Shandy was a 3.5, and Sam Adams was a 3.42. So those were really close. So similar ratings to Line and Kugel Shandy's and the Sam Adams Boston Lager.
Yeah,
but you gotta play in the factor of people who like the beer are gonna go rate the beer. People who don't like the beer probably aren't gonna go rate the beer.
I mean, that's for everybody though.
That can't be said for Stroh's.
Is this a 5-point scale?
Yes, out of 5. There's not very many beers that have over a 4 though.
Yeah.
Wait, is this a personal rating or this is
this is people that go on. This is like society. They have an Untapped account.
Society.
Social.
This is
socially.
This is civilization.
Let me explain this in one sentence.
Random. Can you give me woman's math of what society means?
Untapped is a like beer review. Like, so you drink beer, but you've never heard of Untapped. So your opinion hasn't mattered for these scores, which sucks. So it's not an accurate rating scale, right? Of people who like beer.
Beer snobs.
Yes. Okay.
But people who drink beer and rate beer go to this Untapped website. And then they type in, I rate this beer a 3.7 out of 5. Whatever reason. So the more we try to rate like the number of reviews it has and then the rating that it gets.
So what's this one?
That 3.79.
3.79 out of 5.
All right, I agree with
Which
that.
is pretty high.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. In my opinion, it doesn't matter.
But
it matters to us.
My problem is
here from the couch. I didn't even know you could rate beers.
I think there needs to be a woman's Untapped.
But my problem is that it's a 3.7 out of 5 based on what?
Probably not.
Just
Probably
any
not.
beer. Right?
What?
My problem is a 3.75, but that's based on what? Just any beer.
Yeah.
Not like, hey, I want a Christmas beer.
Yeah.
This is
it's not categorized based on this is the top.
Right?
Maybe we could email Untapped and find out if they have some categories.
Like Line and Kugel Summer Shandy has the same score, like a 3 point, or like just under a 4. And I'm like, I don't like the Summer Shandy.
I agree. That's why when you said 3.4, I was like, I trust your judgment. But now that I know it's
it's like actual people who go in and rate it. But the people who will go in and rate it's biased because the people who go in and rate it like it. You know,
yeah.
I'm not gonna.
And don't have lives.
Actually, tomorrow I'm going in and I'm rating Summer Shandy 0s.
I mean, you're probably not wrong because if you think about it, when you go in and fill out an evaluation, whether it's a company or for a specific product, right? You're going to either go in there because you absolutely loved it and were over the moon about it, or you went in there because you had a shitty experience. So I think most of our shit's going to be in that 3 to 3.8 range.
Disagree.
Why not?
Third option, somebody who's going to go in and rate beer is going to do it because they like drinking beer in general. Like, I'm not going to, if some random person, like, let's say I don't drink any beer, or I drink beer, but I go try something different. I'm not going to go log onto some random ass website and be like, oh, I hated this. I'm going to go rate it. Like,
yes,
the people who rate beers are rating lots of beers.
And you actually have to log in. And that's a serious question. Like, you have a login. It's not just
there's an account.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
And, you're just logged
and we
in.
don't need to email Untapped. We don't even have the goddamn technology to sort our own chart for what score this is.
Excuse me, we have the technology.
Nobody can give me a quantitative number for like this is number 3 on Tap Score for the 27 beers we've rated.
Because we've not sorted them.
What is it? 4 point what? Or 3.7?
3.79.
So 1.
If it was an Excel sheet, it would already be sorted.
Sort A to Z.
But someone was like, "Hey, Google Docs is way better."
It's the second. It's in second place.
Who's the Google Docs
so far?
person?
Okay, thank you.
Here's what I found.
But we also haven't
Technology
put in
is reaching
the
out to
last
us.
7 beers we've done. We have not done Old Milwaukee Rolling Rock or any of those.
Don't worry about that.
Can I ask another question? Was this a 6-pack?
Yes.
No. Yes. That can came in a 12-pack.
Yeah. The bottles.
Where are the other 7?
6. Well, hold on. The 6-pack came in that, and then
8.
the other 6 were this
7.
Great Lakes Cookie Exchange Milk Stout, which you should
Ooh,
try.
crack it. Let's see.
Okay.
I like the can.
I want an unbiased review.
Did you make the cookies that went into this?
Yeah, I did.
Apparently, that's all you can do is make cookies.
No, she can wrap presents.
If you hate this, you have to make an account right now and rate it as 0.
That's fair.
That's how it's done.
Okay, I'll give you an A for the
Smell it first. Tell what's it smell like.
If it were a candle, it would smell like candle. It smells like cookie. Hold on.
Cookie candle.
Oh my God, I can't get past the smell, actually.
Yeah, me neither, because the taste is so bad.
Actually, that's delicious.
Let me smell.
Oh, boy.
I want to try it.
Hold on, Nick.
It smells
That's
pretty.
theirs. Go get your own. There's some in
It
that
does
fridge.
smell pretty. Oh, that is good.
So,
Go get a can out of the fridge.
do you like espresso martinis? I'm gonna guess no.
No, I do.
You do.
She's like, you're not
Absolutely.
rich enough to
Especially
understand.
the Cutwater ones. Have you had the
did not
Cutwater
know
ones?
that.
You might not know what this
no, but I'm surprised.
That does, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
You seem like you didn't like this.
You look poor.
I don't like that.
But that's an espresso martini in a can.
But I would rather have an espresso martini than a
Well, that's
beer
fair.
flavored like
Could
one.
we get a
because-
martini glass for bougie
Now,
over here?
now hold on, Kenny.
Yes, go ahead.
That's like saying, no, I don't want this Leinenkugel because I would just rather have a lemonade.
That is fair. Right?
So
So
you're
an
saying that you
espresso
do-
martini is stronger,
You can have it back. I
Lighter.
Lighter. Try it.
not as filling, not as carb heavy. Not that I'm like one of those people, but like an espresso martini, a martini is light, right? Lighter, like in full. You drink like 3 of them. It's a lot lighter than.
Do you mean
one
not
of those,
carbonated?
right?
Because every beer is
I
carbonated.
just mean the heavy, like sitting.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, it is heavier.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
An espresso martini, you can have like espresso flavored vodka mixed with a little bit of coffee, mixed with a little bit of more like straight vodka. Boom. Like this has a lot of like,
The V is for vodka podcast.
you know, it's got that meat behind it. It's got that meat behind it.
It's
like
like
beer,
meat
right?
behind
Yeah,
it?
It's heavy?
It's got.
I wouldn't say
it's a heavy meat.
I don't want to say carbs to sound like that guy, but I'm saying it's like you have a full meal.
I agree with
Espresso
you.
martini, you could
Full meat.
Yeah.
you could get messed up on.
God
quick. That
damn
is
it,
gonna
Nick.
take you a
Stop
minute. Wow,
saying
right?
shit.
It's gonna take you a minute. Like that's so heavy. It just sits in there. When I say heavy, I know that's a subjective term, but it just sits in your belly.
Yeah.
I could go whip up an espresso martini real quick. That would taste really good.
Could you?
You should do that.
Please do, because I love me an espresso.
As long
I
as
gotta
it's
get
got
up
meat.
then.
Kenny Quickback will be right back.
All right. Can I go?
Are
make
you
one?
really going to make an espresso martini right now?
Yeah, he is.